The book builds on a lot of the shorter pieces that I have written over the years about housing affordability, the lack of housing supply. And really the backdrop for this is that if you look at how much housing the US has been building for about the past 30 years, there's sort of a gradual decline. And in the Great Recession, we essentially stopped building homes. So, for about 10 years now, the US has not built enough homes to keep up with population growth and job growth. And of course, in places like California, New York, Boston, we haven't built enough homes for about 30 to 40 years. So we have just an enormous shortage of homes. Not surprisingly, that means that housing has gotten more expensive over time. Housing costs have gone up a lot faster than household income. And this has been a problem for a long time, but it's getting more and more acute. It's affecting more places. It's affecting households higher up the income distribution. Households making up to $100,000 a year in California qualify for housing assistance because they are poor relative to other people in the Bay Area. Rents are very high in California. Should we be spending $40,000, $50,000 a year on rental assistance for households that don't look that poor in some ways living in California, relative to much cheaper cost of housing in the middle of the country and in rural areas? So I think one of the reasons why Congress sort of resists making this an entitlement is that the dollar value of subsidies across the country are going to be very different. That is the central dilemma. If we don't want Atherton and Palo Alto and Hancock Park to be able to shut down development that they don't want, how do you make a carve out for South LA and Baldwin Park to be able to not accept development? How do you empower some kinds of communities and disempower other kinds of communities? In order to get the right solutions, we really have to understand all of the forces that play into this. And it's a really complicated problem. There's not an easy solution.